on Destination Now. We're hiking through the Great Smoky Mountains. The greatest navigators are never really sure where they're going until they get there. And even then, they're still not sure. So come with us and get lost on Destination Now.
Wherever I go, I will always know everything I need is right here with me. It's time to let it all go, no matter who knows anything about me now. I'm ready to see what life's got for me. I got one thing left to say.
Let's ride! Yeah! It feels so good to be back in the mountains. Beaches are cool and all, don't get me wrong, but the mountains always seem to feel like home to me. There's just something about the steep inclines, the crystal clear streams and waterfalls, and that cool mountain breeze that whispers through the treetops, soothing all my worries and woes away. And I was surprised to find that it wasn't all that crowded either.
Morning. Today we're in the Smoky Mountains, pretty cool place. We spent last night here in front of this creek. We're at the Trailhead.
Filling up the camelbacks with warm water because our water was right next to the heater. But it's so cold outside, I don't think we're gonna mind much. We're trying this new Osprey camelback out instead of the Camelback brand. So far, we like it. Jacqueline's got her Camelback. She likes that. She's had that thing for like, seriously, probably 100 years. No exaggeration.
I think 20 years.
We're in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park today, and we're going up the Alum Cave Trail.
The Smoky Mountains are actually part of the Appalachian Mountains, and it's just the part on the Blue Ridge. And it got its name from all the dense fog that it gets, makes it look smoky. Becoming a national park was not easy for the Great Smokies. Joining the national park system took a lot of money and hard work of thousands of people. These lands were originally owned by hundreds of small farmers and a handful of large timber and paper companies. The idea to create a national park in these mountains began in the late 1890s. But it wasn't until 1926 President Calvin Coolidge finally passed a bill providing the establishment of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, as soon as 150,000 acres of land could be purchased. But this was not an easy task. The park was formally dedicated in September of 1940 by President Franklin Roosevelt. And how lucky are we to have these beautiful mountains for all to enjoy. Oh, this hike's got a little bit of everything. Mud, stream crossing, stairs, caves, sheer cliff.
It was fun. It's beautiful. I'm really glad we did this.
And it's really well shaded at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
So you're in a hurry.
How do you feel?
Well, you better calm down.
Has less stairs.
We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. You should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because oh, it's a beautiful day. Isn't all? So come on,
More like a
let's
ladder.
play. Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a song. Kick back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because oh, it's a beautiful day. And oh, come on, let's play.
What did you anticipate about the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and how did it surprise you?
I thought that the Smoky Mountains were different range than the Appalachians, so that kind of surprised me. But I can see why they call it that. When you look out, everything looks smoky. Fog up here.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be so tall in this area, like the elevation-wise, because the rest of the East Coast is pretty much flat from what we've seen. It's very similar to the Sierra area. What were your thoughts?
Well, I honestly expected to see a moonshine still on every street corner.
Within the mountains or just within Tennessee?
Within the mountains, yeah. When I think of the Appalachians, I think of moonshiners. Popcorn Sutton.
A lot colder than I imagined. It looks nice and warm out. It's good hiking weather though. And there's a ton of people here on a Monday. Didn't expect that at all.
And it is beautiful.
It's very, very pretty. It's a lot greener than the Sierra. Oh. Just gonna sit right back down in this chair. It's gonna be
So
off.
Jacqueline is still dealing with her vertigo.
We didn't really tell people that before. You just said I
Yeah.
wasn't feeling good in the episode.
Jacqueline's had vertigo for, what, 3 months now?
I had it for about 6 weeks in January, February, and then went away in March, and then it came back like, what, two or 3 weeks ago? But it's a lot more mild this time. It's a struggle.
Yeah, we've had doing that. We've got to stop right now.
Yeah. How was your hike, Nick?
Fantastic. That was one of the most beautiful hikes I've ever been on, hands down. 10 stars. 5 stars, I mean.
Maximum amount of stuff.
Maximum amount.
Want a cookie?
Can you tell us a little bit?
Trixie got some really bad rug burn type rashes under her armpits from that vest we used on our 10-mile hike the other day. Don't think it fits her very well. It moves around too much because she has this deep chest, so it's hard to fit her in things. We didn't notice it right away. Usually she shows me all her wounds, so I guess they're not bugging her too bad, but it's super raw and broken open under both her armpits. This side's got 2 lumps that may have some fluid in them. Hopefully that clears up on its own. But I think she'll be fine in a few days. It just looks really painful. But she's always a good patient. She always rolls over and lets me do whatever I need to do and sit still. Fix her up best we can. And then if it's like something beyond my skills, we take her to a vet. Baby. Oh, baby. You want a cookie? Let's get you a cookie. Please don't lick it. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Gatlin, he owned the general store. That hill that comes up by the building there is called Berg Hill. And they named the town White Oak Flats. Wasn't Gatlinburg yet.
Today we're gonna get on a trolley and go into Gatlinburg and check out some shops and restaurants and things around town. There's no free parking in Gatlinburg, so we opted to come to the post office where there is free parking.
Yeah, so I guess the trolleys are free. Parking would have been $15 for 12 hours down in Gatlinburg, and we saved that money by coming up here. We can take the trolley and we might be able to stay the night here. We'll see what happens. But they run till 10 o'clock, so that's cool.
So some of the men, and there was a population of about 107, went to talk to him and said, "Hey, what you think about putting in a post office?" And he said, "I will if you name the town after me." So his last name was Gatlin. That's Berg Hill. Gatlinburg was born.
Oh. Let's go eat. I'm starving.
Trolley ride was fun and scenic. We didn't get where we were intending to go, but we just jumped on the first trolley. Color codes make a difference.
Yes, they do. So we're gonna go eat some real Tennessee food. We don't know what that means, but
I think barbecue. So we ended up down in the village. Lots of shops and restaurants down here. Lots of attractions.
This place is gorgeous. So we're over here at Tennessee Jed's. We got us the classic barbecue with Old Smoky whiskey barbecue sauce. It's delicious. And I'm told this is as Tennessee as it gets, so.
So citrus mash is tangerine orange mango. It's quickly becoming a top seller. It's really good.
That is delicious.
It's delicious, right? This is a little shopping center based on like old-timey village, it looks like.
So Jacqueline hates whiskey. What are we doing, Jacqueline?
We're going to Old Smokies Moonshine. They have all of their free samples or just tasting samples there. And there's a very good possibility I will hurl my lunch. Because just the smell of whiskey makes me vomit.
How we doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Peanut butter whiskey.
60 proof whiskey. It literally tastes like a scoop of peanut butter, sprinkling sugar on top of it, and taking
Alright.
a shot of whiskey all in one.
Alright,
Cheers,
peanut
babe.
butter whiskey. Let's try it.
Ooh, that is good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Alright, we got another moonshine for you, fortunately.
Oh, what'd you think?
They're all very sweet. There was just the one that was very whiskey at the end. I think it was the peanut butter one. It kept coming back up. We'll see if it settles, but it stayed down, so that's good. Very minimal gagging.
The peanut butter one was in the beginning, wasn't it?
One of the first three kept coming back up in my stomach.
Which one did you like the most?
None of them.
So we just got done at Old Smokies.
Are you on that?
Got us some blackberry moonshine, and we met some friends.
Guys, we're gonna have for my birthday.
It's your
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Birthday shot.
Birthday shots. Cheers.
Cheers, you guys. It's so nice
Happy
to meet
birthday.
you.
Thank you.
Happy
It's awesome meeting you
birthday.
Tia's like, I just left work.
We're in Gatlinburg. We are at the trolley station between the post office and the American Legion, and we have a beautiful view out our back door. Today we actually got some free tickets to Ripley's Aquarium, so we're gonna check that out a little later today, but this morning I'm getting a little work done, so you guys have something to watch next Tuesday. We're still recovering from our 10+ mile hike, so tomorrow I'll probably go hiking again. So yesterday we ran into a group of ladies over at old Smokies, and
So this is why you always talk to strangers and drink moonshine and have new friends.
and one of them just happened to work at the Ripley's, believe it or not, aquarium, and she got us some free tickets to go in and check that out today. So thank you, Tia. Maybe we'll see you in there today.
We appreciate you. That's awesome.
We really
what a
do.
great hookup. We're here at the aquarium. Is that?
Into the rainforest we go to find out what aquarium creatures live here.
Some red-bellied piranhas.
They can grow up to 2 feet. That's an electric eel. I can generate up to 600 volts of electricity.
So these are moon jellies. They're one of the most common jellyfish, and they have a really mild sting. Sometimes you wouldn't even notice it.
Nick and I actually got stung by these in Jamaica and barely feel it.
Like 100 times.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of them. We got stung like hundreds of times. We swam into a giant school of them. Hey, so you're a clownfish, huh? Tell me a joke, funny fish. So there was a sea mollusk, and he walks into a bar. He doesn't really walk.
Oh, is that it? Holy smokes.
Proof right there, Nick didn't even see it. Scorpion fish have the best camouflage. They look like just sea plants floating in the tide. They actually have poisonous dorsal spines on them as well, so you don't want to touch them or step on them on accident. Dragons do exist. Greedy sea dragons. They look like a mixture of a bunch of just random things, like a bug and a seahorse and plants, and then just drift around all majestic. I love all things ocean and really enjoy learning about animal species. When it comes to aquariums, I am always torn. There are some really great ones out there that do their best to push conservation, educate the public, and help to rehabilitate species in need. Then there are those that are lacking a bit in these areas. As I walk through this aquarium, I wish they had more information about how each species is important to the health of the ocean, conservation, and ways to protect our most important resource. In my opinion, the best way to learn about and experience these aquarium animals is to grab a mask and snorkel and jump into the ocean. Observe them in their natural habitat. If you're not an ocean person, but still want to learn more about saving our oceans and its inhabitants, then head to the links we provided below.
So many lionfish in there.
These striped floofy guys are a very invasive fish. They're in every ocean in the world currently, and they are destroying everything. You can hunt them legally, but you have to be careful because their spines are venomous. These are my favorites. They've got chromatophores on their skin like octopus, so they can change the patterns, the colors, and talk to each other. When I worked in Hawaii, we had these large brown rays. They were Hawaiian brown rays there. And we worked with them in a touch pool where people can go in and experience a ray and pet them and touch them. And there was the biggest one there was a female. She was the only female. Her name was Princess. And she was kind of very temperamental. And one of the kids had come into the pool and did something to excite her. And she threw up her tail and whipped me across the chest so hard I lost all the air in my lungs. Now, she didn't hit me with her spines. Those are on the very base near the body. But she hit me like with a whip. So they whip first. And if they need to, they'll throw their tail up and use those spikes, and they're venomous. She hit me so hard, she bruised me, actually welted across my chest, and her skin had come off on my rash guard I was wearing, and it's still stained to this day. No matter how many times I wash it, you can still see some bits of her skin entangled in it. But it's funny because the little kid saw it happen. He was like, that hurt. I was like, no. Hurt really bad. Really bad. Ink razor. Buggies. I'm
So the brown rays have like cheese grater teeth, so they'll like suction on you and like grate it all up. But the eagle rays have like this beak in there, so they like clamp down and they crush things with it. I just read a children's book called The Secret Zoo, and in it, one of the kids rides a penguin into the secret backside of one of these penguin caverns, and they go into the secret world where there's this really cool zoo. I highly recommend it if you like animals and imagination. You can find a link to that book on our description below.
Where'd you go?
Penguin! I'm going to the secret tunnel to be with the penguins!
What is going on in your head?
This is for children only. This is the tunnel for kids only.
We're children.
This is what the underside of waves look like, guys. Follow us for more cool tips. Podgy, this is the one from the book. It's the biggest penguin.
Really enjoyed the Ripley's Believe It or Not Aquarium. Thank you, Tia.
Last night, and it went all the way through, and I managed to get it back up on there. We're gonna have to find a welder.
You stepped on it and went through it?
Yeah, it's been failing for a while. This is poor build quality, but I figured I'll find a welder and we'll build it stronger. Today we're hiking the Rainbow Falls Trail in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Do you see the elephant?
Like a meditating.
Alright, so this is not Rainbow Falls, this is Midway Falls that fools a lot of people, so we're gonna keep going. Alright, 2.7 miles later, we found Rainbow Falls. We heard this is the tallest waterfall in the Smoky Mountains. It's not very sunny today, we might not see a rainbow, but the falls themselves are still cool looking.
We made it. What a beautiful hike. It's nice and cool. It's like probably 75 degrees and overcast, and there's just this really nice light breeze today, keeping us nice and cool. This is been one of the most refreshing walks I've been on in a long time.
Oh, it's a hike for sure.
Oh, it is.
We hear
Yeah.
people complaining all the way up, but it's probably a moderate hike. It's not too bad.
It's time to have lunch. Jago made us PB&J sandwiches and cut up apples for lunch. Pretty good. So that step is done. Here, hold this. Yo. It's always something, right? We hiked to this spot right here. Yep, that's right. Straight up a mountain. That's what we do.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to see more content like this. Hope you enjoyed it. Later.
Thanks for watching Destination Now.
Alright, let's roll.
Flashing date signs.
Filming you, filming me.